We have some things to
You're
talk
in
about.
the arms of the angel.
Of the devil.
You're in the arms of the faggots.
Cheers! Welcome back to Cheers to That podcast with Andy.
And Willa. B.O.B. bitch, so they call you.
Welcome to the next episode. I'm joined with the critically acclaimed Leah Michelle.
The absolutely critically illiterate Leah Michelle.
And the most problematic.
Remember when they said, when Amber Riley was like,
yes,
said all that shit that she was like racist on set and all this stuff? Gagarina.
Can I say white privilege? Nope. How's it going?
Guys, we're here. We're queer. We're doing our podcast again, I guess.
She chose another Bob.
Let me tell you bitches something.
What?
Like I said, at least I always say this in my house, whatever. But I don't want to glue the wigs down in my home to do this for an hour and a half.
That's why you're
so I
choosing
just
the
keep
bob.
wearing bobs and bangs.
Thanks. Yeah, and that's great for us because we have to look at it.
Clock the shoe, though. The shoe is on, and she's locked in place.
Damn, that's a tough-ass foot.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's a size 14 in women.
I'm so happy to be here with you.
Doing this again for the 11th
We've
time.
seen each other a lot lot this weekend,
We really
haven't we?
Guys, if you're listening to it, we're at the first ever iteration of the Miss Alternative Buffalo pageant, of which I hosted.
Yes.
Here's the picture. Adorned in the incredible fashions of House of Rage. Adorned.
God, all these words.
Adorned in the incredible fashions of House of Rage. Please, Ditzy, if you could, houseofrage.com if you're looking for any incredible faux leather, alt punk apparel by the incredible and incomparable James Devine, a.k.a. Alice Rage. That's our girl.
If you did see me at the Lady Gaga night last Pride,
yes,
that disco stick was made by Alice
Exhibit
Rage herself. Cunty.
I love the idea of just putting photos here.
Yeah.
It just makes sense to me.
We just
It's like Exhibit A, and then you know what's funny is when I'm driving in my car, sometimes when my podcasts run out, like the podcast I'm listening to, my true crime ones, and sometimes it will pop on Cheers to That because it's really the only other one that I'm like following.
We're in the
on
algorithm.
Spotify. And it'll be funny because I will be thinking about what we're doing in the camera, and then I realize we're like gesturing to things, and it's just silent, and people are just listening to us be like,
we're just so dumb.
I know,
and I love it.
People keep saying, "Oh, I'm watching your podcast. It's so good. You guys are so." I go, "Isn't it so stupid?"
Yeah,
isn't it so?
And
stupid?
we want it to be.
Oh my God, we have a couple things to talk about today.
We do.
A couple things.
But I think first,
yes,
let's get a beverage. Guys, we really need you to sponsor us.
Yeah, we can't even afford new beverages.
This is a shot or a PSA to all the non-alcoholic drink brands out there. Fill up our fridge.
Yeah, we're letting out the electricity.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna take a Liar's G&T.
Okay, great.
What are you taking? Oh,
and
shout out to who?
The rest of my Spot coffee that Andy got me on the way here. It is the mixed berry smoothie.
Shout out to Spot, specifically shout out Spot Elmwood, my location that I go to every single day. Shout out. What?
Until
we have some things to talk about.
In the arms of the angel.
Of the devil.
You're in the arms of the faggot.
All right, well, you guys know I love a Liar's G&T, so I don't really have to go over it, but we're going to crack this open and talk about what we did this weekend and what we're cheersing to and dumping this week. I'm dumping out myself. Specifically, my lack of motivation to pick up my freshly cleaned clothes from the ground.
And you know what?
I have had a pile of clean clothes in my bedroom on the floor for probably a month.
Yes.
And I just wash my clothes, dump them on the ground, pick them up, put them on my body, and it's a cycle. And I'm in this habit of not picking up the clothes and folding them.
Yeah.
And I cannot get motivated. I don't know what to do. Please help me, because I feel every time I see it, I feel like shit. And I don't know what to do.
And you deserve that.
So I upped my anti-anxiety medication. And I said, maybe that'll help. And I am starting to feel a little bit better.
Okay, good.
So maybe it'll help. But also, I just need someone to, like, whip me into shape. You know, we were just talking about how we just have, like, what is it? What did you call it? Something motivation or task paralysis? Or
what? Choice paralysis.
Choice paralysis.
Task paralysis is also same concept.
When I was, I said this on my Instagram a while ago, but, like, my anxiety comes from, like, getting overwhelmed with, like, little tasks. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, I have to go to the post office. You know, things that you, like, do, like, randomly that are annoying to you, but like go to the grocery store, like those little tasks make me like want to vomit.
Yeah.
But now I'm fine with it, but I just can't get over folding fucking clothes.
Well,
I don't know what it is. Help. You're a fucking
you just upped your venlafaxine, so
Effexor
sponsor
us. Honestly, life-changing for me personally. Cannot say enough good things.
The divas and the dolls.
Oh my god. But that's what I'm dumping out, because I just I feel like everything's going pretty well, but I just fucking can't with the fucking pile of clothes, and I just pick it out of the fucking ground and put it on my body and go. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I need to center myself and clean my apartment.
I have a very interesting dump out that I just thought of, because I couldn't really think of anything too specific that really has been like annoying me recently, except for this one very specific thing.
Ooh, call him out.
I love her dearly, but if that fucking bitch right there doesn't keep waking me up after 4 hours of being asleep, I'm gonna lose
about the cat.
my fucking mind. I'm dumping out Hazel's incessant need.
She knows you're talking about her.
Yeah, I'm talking about you fat bitch.
Do not talk about my friend like that.
Do not look at my daughter like that.
Yeah.
No,
is she scratching you?
No, Hazel is the sweetest little girl.
Aww,
she's the
so
sweetest
cute.
little diva on the planet. I love her to death. But
to death.
Literally. I love her to death. But when I get home from work, I mean, it's cute. She's like obsessed. Like she's very happy when I get home. She like constantly meowing, making all these sounds, like wants to be near me, around me, play with me, stuff like that. But I can't sit on the toilet and take a shit without her needing to be in the room with me, without her coming in between my legs and like jump like while I'm on the toilet and trying to swat at my hands as I'm like holding.
Girl,
she will when I'm taking.
That's something that she has to sit with and figure that out.
When I'm like in
disgusting.
The shower, she will like stand with her paws like up on the tub, like just like either staring until I splash her with water to make her go away, because she's just like attached to me at the hip. And then the other thing is, since the boys moved out, I've been sleeping with the door open, like cracked open. My bedroom door cracked open. I got used to it. It used to freak me out, but now I feel like the house is like.
That's so funny. I used to get freaked out, and I sleep with the door wide open now.
So I gotten better about it, but yeah, I'm talking about you. I'm talking right about you, girl. So I leave the door open because I'm like, what if she wants to use the bathroom during the night? What if maybe that's why she's trying to wake me up, or why she wants to eat her stuff, or she wants to eat or whatever. Tell me why I go to bed at 2 a.m. last night. I'm trying to sleep in. It's 7 o'clock. The door's wide open. She is meowing, purring, scratching at the wall, scratching at the curtain, at the tapestry above my bed. She's walking around my head. She's knocking pens off my desk. I'm like, what the fuck could you possibly want?
She wants you to be up.
She wants me to be awake at 7 o'clock. Yeah. I slept for 5 hours.
Oh my God.
And then but I went back to sleep because I just looked at her and I was like, no,
girl.
I just yell at her.
We're not doing this today.
When she wakes me up, I just yell at her.
Yeah. So we get the negative out for the week. We're done with it.
Get it out.
I feel. Let's go to our cheers, because we need to start being positive.
I know what I'm cheersing to.
You go ahead, because I feel like mine's similar to mine's an extension of yours, I think.
Am obsessed with the page that we just did.
With
the pageant. Oh my God.
Shout out again, Miss Alternative Foundation.
Miss Alternative Buffalo Foundation, I think. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what the full handle is. We'll put it here.
Miss Alternative pageant.
It was incredible. It was the first ever Miss Alternative Buffalo pageant that was done here. Shout out to Michaela Pusatier.
Very
amazing,
very,
stunning,
very
incredible.
Awesome. Honestly, I was like blown away.
I was blown away because when I talk to her, she's amazing. She's stunning. She has such a good energy and a good vibe. Yeah. And then when she goes up and tells her story, and she just tells it matter of fact. She's like, "These are the 100 horrible things that have happened to me in my life, and I'm just gonna tell you it. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna
literal.
What do you have to say?
Goosebumps. Like
I'm not gonna. She's like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna tell you about all the.
This is what happened, and this is people fucking. I loved when she said like, she was like. People told her she was gonna amount to nothing in life, and she was like, "Fuck!" Like basically, like "fuck you." Like here we are, and that I was like, like I was like, get it, like. Oh,
yeah, that was an amazing. That was just I don't know, something about that was just so amazing, and then I was like all throughout the night. I mean, she really did give me sort of full control of the pageant last night, and I was like,
and you did a great job.
I felt really good about it. I felt really good about the pageant. I felt really good about the performances. Everyone's talent was amazing. Everyone looked amazing. Everyone was so kind. Like I just loved everything about it.
And we said you hosted it, right?
Oh yeah, and I hosted it.
Yeah.
I feel like if you didn't get the gist of that, I hosted it. They had me host it at like just the main drag performer for the night. Hosted, didn't perform. It was all about the divas and the dolls that were competing, and I don't know. I got to like say the winners' names and like introduce their special talents and their runway walks and all this stuff. And I don't know, it just was like so powerful, and it felt like really good to be able to like. It's not about me. I'm just here to like crack some jokes and like host it, and then everyone else gets to do the like.
You're making sure the night goes smoothly and like goes well.
And we made it work. Yeah. And we made it work. We ran relatively close to on time, depending on the, you know, just with some scheduling flub ups and stuff. But it was really amazing. I felt, and then during the night, the various like members of the board, committee, etc., whatever you want to like, however you want to refer to them, had said to me about like, you're doing amazing, like this is incredible, like your hosting is amazing, people are really engaged, you know, giving me that sort of positive boost of like, you're doing everything right, and we're very, very happy with the way this is working out.
A good validation.
And it felt very validating, and I felt very good about it. And so this one is definitely going to the Miss Alternative Buffalo pageant. Long may the divas reign. Should we give a shout out to the winners?
Sure.
Shout out to the following winners. We have Miss Congeniality is the one and only Blue Darling, sister of the pod. We have for the LGBTQIA plus category, we have Romina Pulido Rodriguez, who's also known as Billionaire, also known as the CEO of Queen City Beauty.
The outfits.
Stunning. I mean, the outfits were beautiful. Were ball gowns. Gowns. Beautiful gowns. Beautiful gowns. The singing was incredible. She was stunning. In the standard category, we had Haley Nugent, who had made it through several phases of American Idol and The Voice.
Oh yeah, you said
which
that.
Was incredible. It was cool. Part of her introduction. She was stunning. She was amazing, and she is a fierce advocate for disability awareness, having been somebody who was born blind and then is now legally blind because they had some surgeries and things to help them be able to at least see some, because legally blind is different from truly like absolutely blind, 100% blind, and so. She stepped it up. She's really stepping it up. This is so cool, so amazing. Yeah. And then in the plus size category, we had Raquel Calhoun, amazing songstress, rapstress. I was trying to say rapstress. Songstress, rapstress, siren, iconic.
Honestly, I don't know you.
So personable.
I didn't meet you last night.
So cool.
But I will say you were one of my top favorites, and I literally was like blown away by that like sick ass original song that she played. Yeah. And I was like, and she sang and she rapped, and I was just like, I felt it. I
was sitting on the sidelines.
I was like,
she doesn't know this. She doesn't know this. I mean, you had to be looking at me on the sidelines while it was happening, but I hadn't eaten, and Alice, lovely Alice Rage, who made my outfit, got me a plate before she left. And I was just like sitting there eating cold macaroni and chicken, just watching the show. Just enjoying the show. I'm like at a drag show. Like it's like I'm at the pageant too, because I like when they're up there doing their thing, I didn't have to do anything. No, I would just, and then the sound guy would like leave the sound area to go.
Shout out Zach.
He was cool as fuck.
He's great.
He had the iPad to make sure the levels were good. So he would like start the music, get up and walk away, and then I would sit in his chair and I would just eat a little bit, and then he would come back and I'd go back up to the podium. Yeah. And I don't know, him and I had a really good rapport last night because he told me he was on 2 hours of sleep because he got home at like 3 or something, then just got all the information about the song stuff that he needs to downloaded it all last night in the morning, and then had to be there at 10, so he slept for like 2 hours, so he was struggling. Like,
Zach is actually a great local musician. He is so talented. He was too like killer. He did the sound, but like he's in I think multiple bands, and I've seen him live, and I literally was like, he's friends with like Connie and I literally was like, this guy is so fucking talented. So when I saw him there, I should have said hi, but I know he was busy. But I was like, yes, he's so good. He was very fierce. And the thing is he was like, he even told me, he was like, you're a great MC. Because he was telling me, he likes DJing. He likes doing the music. He's like, I'm good at MCing, like weddings, blah, 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 whatever, because like, saying a couple things on the mic, here.
But he's like, to not have to do that and you to be like so good at it. And during the talents, I didn't want this is a thing that happens at drag shows sometimes, which is usually a complete accident. Yeah. What if somebody wants to start on stage or wants to be like ready or have that breath at the mic or whatever? Yeah. And I just took it upon myself to like, before each person's music started, and we sort of developed it right at the first person's talent, where I was like, looked at the girl, was like,
oh yeah,
and like gave him the thumbs up.
I actually saw that.
Gave him the thumbs up or the peace sign or whatever, and I was like, okay, good to go, because he would look at me like,
where's the
cue? Are they
like
he looked at me like, am I supposed to, like, are they starting off stage? Are they starting on stage? Yeah, are they starting at the mic? Are they planning to grab the mic?
Those are like the little details that like,
and so I would just
makes
look.
It so much easier to have like someone go.
And I knew that the singers, like most of the singers wanted the mic. I knew who did and who didn't need the mic and stuff like that, which I just remembered from having watched through the run through. So I was like, okay, give this person the mic. And I look at them and I go, I do the little introduction. They're standing at the mic. And then I'm like, okay, they've stood still. Mm-hmm. They're at the mic. Their eyes are like closed. They've done the thing where they like close their eyes for a second. And I look and I'm like, you can start the song, because the last thing anybody in a pageant,
when they're not ready.
I mean, even at like a paid gig, like a drag show or something, it's happened to me. The last thing you want is for your fucking music to start before you're in the middle of a breath. You're like like out of nowhere, and then you have to start singing, and I'm like, that's not gonna happen.
There was no issues last night with like song, like the flow, like it all like really went well. And then even if like something did go like quote unquote wrong, you just like put a joke in there.
It's so funny when Haley dropped the mic
and you were just like, oh, that's homophobic.
Said, that's homophobic. And I picked it up. And then everyone was like, that's so... And it's funny because I'm staring at Mary Jane in the audience, Mary Jane and Marzipan and everybody. I'm like, girl. Yeah. Did you hear me go, be so? I said, be so on the mic, and I looked right at Mary Jane. And they were like...
That's my favorite part of being on the mic, is like looking out at like the friends and like just saying something just directly to them.
Like, and this is for nobody else.
Sorry, guys. This is for you. I'll be like, my events, I'll be like, Rachel. I'll be like... Can you give me a Diet Coke?
What a great way to cut attention.
Literally, I'm just like, well, we're like dancing. I'm like, I need a Diet Coke. Like, it's just like perfect.
It was just weighted, or as we were adjusting the mic and stuff, like mic stands are strange, and like if you... the way it was weighted was when I was using it in the center of the stage and people were tall, it was the right proportions. But when
you went like this.
When Haley had to do it, she had to bring it down because she's shorter, which then put all the weight at the front from the mic and it fell over.
It was funny though.
So funny.
It wasn't.
And I was like, I'll fix it. Like whatever. The nice part is that, not to toot my horn in this case, but I've done like I've helped with sound and theatrical productions and stuff. So this guy was like, so Zach was like, oh, it's super helpful. I was like, I don't. They had another guy, Jason, who was also doing stagehand stuff, and he was like, oh, I set the mic, and I was like, oh, you just he had the first two people like mixed up, but I was like, nope, it's every other person. I was like, but don't worry, I'll do it. He's like, oh, okay, are you sure? I was like, yeah, I know what everybody's numbers are. Like, I might as well do it. I'm like, they have to walk up anyway. I might as well set the mic and like do all this stuff. I'm standing right next to the stage, and I'm the one who has to introduce them. So I was doing this little like skitter off the stage thing, and Mary J was pissing in the audience.
Yeah. I love when I see like drag queens just like trying to like run, but they're like little.
I mean, the funny thing is, I could run. Yeah. That stage was a little janky though, so I was a little like, I might fall. Yeah. I almost fell like multiple times because the middle, like the middle of the stage was like 2 platforms pushed together, and they were like just not like they were not perfectly together. So I told everyone backstage, I was like, before you get on there, it is that front area is a little and we're talking wobbly. Like, we're talking like not wobbly enough to be like somebody's whole foot is going through the stage, but like a stiletto. Watch out, like that wide enough where it's like. If like your stiletto could
just be perfectly placed.
You could slip right into it.
Honestly,
but somebody with like a chunky heel, like something like this, would be a little bit harder.
Chunky
yet funky.
Well, that kind of goes into my cheers because I'm cheersing to the pageant itself, but then being a like spectator at a really good event. Like I want to cheers to like being like less busy so I can go out to like do these things.
Yeah.
Like I was like vendoring, but like I was able to like watch somebody else that's like a badass like event organizer do their thing and just enjoy the show without having to be involved in it.
But also after so many like they had so many hurdles. They were supposed to be at one location and then another, and then people dropped out, and then they had to get like a place last second and all this stuff. And to like
I just
have
know
it
how
come
stressful it is,
fruition.
Obviously, and to see it like total, and it was like worked out. I was like, this is good. I like to be an audience member. So cheers to having a good weekend.
This looks so disgusting, but it's really good. I promise.
All right, we have a couple minutes. Do you want to just get into making an announcement?
Oh my God. Are we doing that first? Is that what we're going to do?
Yeah, why not? And then we'll get into our questions.
Guys, we have a really fun announcement, a really fun...
is it fun? I don't know.
It's not going to help the rumors that we're dating. Not going to help the rumors. People last night came up to me and said... We're getting married. It's just for legal reasons.
We're pregnant.
It's just for legal...
Well...
It's just for, could you imagine, for legal reasons? We're like, we're getting married so that we can both have really good health insurance, and then we can
We're getting married because...
all income becomes our... We just have like...
We're like, wait
we would make a lot
I was like,
money.
Should we Chuck and Larry it? Do you know what that means?
Oh, isn't that shitty movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know pronounce you Chuck and Larry.
No.
Adam Sandler and the other guy.
No.
Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith?
Kevin Smith?
Who was I thinking? Oh, Kevin Spacey. That's problematic.
Canceled.
Little boys.
Right, so I will announce it.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so I'm in debt.
We know. We done been new.
So I have decided to move out of Elmwood Village this June. So I'm moving out, and I decided that I will be moving in with the one and the only Miss Willa DeWisp.
Crickets. Put the crickets.
Wait, put the crickets on. Put the crickets on. So we will be living together starting in June.
It's going to be a mess.
It's going to be terrible.
Truly awful.
Truly awful. We won't be friends after this. But the pod is here, so I'm here once a week anyways.
You're here
never
more
home.
than once a week, like... So we talked about it. You'd save a ton of money. The money that you would give the money that you give to me in rent is then just assisting me.
Yeah,
in
so
every
it's like
facet.
it helps both of us financially, and also it'll help us because we're doing so much shit together.
You work at home.
I work at home.
I should work from home. So you're doing work from home.
Quote unquote work at home.
True.
From home.
I have the space. My sister, my mom, and my dad basically did all the work for me to fix up the 2 rooms that the previous roommates lived in. Yeah. They my sister replastered the ceiling and the wall and filled in these cracks and painted it, put the accent wall. So they're really tricked out.
So they're ready for me to come on in and fuck it up.
Are you gonna throw up all over the wall like Alex did? Because we had to paint over that.
That's crazy.
Alex, do you remember when you threw up over the wall?
No.
And Damsel, you remember the handprint? You remember it.
Not the handprint.
I'll call them out. I'll call the girls out.
Not the handprint. That's all we have to say about that.
That's it.
There will be no throw up and no handprints in my room.
My nose is leaking.
Great. God, this is gonna be a wild time.
So
the pod will get crazier and crazier probably
because we'll be so cracked out.
We'll be we'll have so many weird things to talk about.
Because we decided that we're also I don't know if we're gonna do it like on that wall or maybe over here out of the shot putting up a cork board or like a dry erase board or something to like
a big ass calendar.
So a big calendar, but like a board to put like ideas of like stuff we want to talk about and like so.
Oh yes.
All throughout the day, all throughout the week, instead of texting each other and like losing the texts like.
Oh yeah, because I text 20,000 times a day,
and I'm at work not answering.
I just have to get my thoughts out.
So you just so we're gonna be able to like
we could just like we could
like,
write it and then you'll see like bottoming mishaps like on like a topic like on the corkboard.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be really like, or you can put it back there or wherever.
Yeah.
I just like it's just gonna be like a good idea.
And we can just like then I can take the money that I'm saving, pay off the debt for the business, and then also reinvest it into the business and grow our careers. Because you know what? If I grow, she grows, and if she grows,
I have to get lipo
because that's too much growth. But we growth.
All this like.
So honestly,
and then when we want to go to Stretch Lab and stuff, we save gas.
We're shouting out Stretch.
We're not stretching. We're not shouting that out. Yeah, we haven't been there yet.
So cheers to us and new roommates and new chapter of our lives.
And this is not tea, no shade. This is no tea, no shade. The boys know that they were dirty, and you're just cleaner than they are. Well, I don't know about that laundry, but that can stay in your room.
That's clean laundry.
Try it again. Try it again.
I gotta get some spit going. Oh, that was like a baby one.
Yeah. Ditzy, please zoom in on his little tongue lip that he did.
Oh!
You did it. And we'll be right back after these messages.
And we will be right back. Thank you. Tug.
Choo choo.
That's chug. Not tug. Ew. And
Tugboats.
we're back. Ew. And we're back. So yeah, I will be okay. Can you
Don't touch the cord. There we go.
God, the vein on that is just popping out. This one.
Where?
The other one.
Where?
That is a varicose vein if I ever seen one.
No, it's not. My legs are strong.
Drain that shit.
These legs.
Run away, please. All right, so yeah, we are going to be roommates. So if you have any questions for us about how we're going to live together, put it in the comments.
Yeah, because we got to figure it out.
Because okay, what's your top like deal breaker when you're living with somebody? Yeah. Like what would you say is like your top like number one thing that you would like in a roommate or don't like?
Oh God. It really is so tough because things are just like
you don't really have too much, I feel like.
Things are just like annoying.
So what is it?
Because it's like, well, it's like
I need
nothing is the top. Nothing is really the top. It's like when certain people lived here, it was like the partner was here all the time. When certain people lived here, it was the
don't have to worry about that with me.
It was where some people it was like the dirtiness. Some people it was like the dirty clothes everywhere. It was the food everywhere. It was the dishes everywhere. It was and then it was like there was never really a time where it was like super monopolizing the living room because I always sort of maintained the right to kick people off of my PlayStation and out of the living room, but I never really needed to because I had my own space. So like I don't even really know. I mean, stealing stuff, but that's just like
just wait.
That's just like.
I steal your wigs and stuff.
They're like, I'm like, where are all my fucking
wigs? I start my own YouTube channel.
You're like, I'm like, where are all my fucking wigs? They're in your room. You like shoved them up like in the corner of the closet. They're like in your room. That'd be so crazy.
They're like in the ceiling.
I'm like, Andy, you could have just asked to borrow them. You might as well keep them in the.
I'm selling them on the black market
for $4 for nothing. You're paying people to take these shitty nasty wigs away
they're like,
you.
No, thank you. I do not want another Bob.
Leah Michelle, who?
That's so funny. No, I've only lived with talk about bad roommate situations in college. Freshman year had 2 roommates and one of them was like someone who clearly it seemed like they were like homeschooled.
Okay, so they didn't have like a lot of social
There was just
skills,
but not shitting on anyone who's homeschooled, but it was very like attached at the hip, like it was just.
You were like it's supposed to be instant besties.
It was just very, like I felt bad, but then I also like wanted to go do my own thing, like kind of thing. It was just very like, I have to like but I didn't want to be rude. You know, it was like very hard. The other one was a self-proclaimed hippie and had long hair past the ass.
That he would shit on.
Probably because he did not like to shower a lot. And my room was a 3-person room. Smaller than this fucking room that we're in right now. I was on the top bunk because I wanted to be further away from everyone. And the room smelled, it smelled so bad of like BO because he didn't shower. That one time they were out, so me and some other people on the floor took a whole fucking can of like Febreze or whatever.
Like Lysol, like cleaning.
Sprayed everything. And then I like got back in the room the next like couple hours and he was just like, "Did you spray something in the room? Because it's like really bad. It smells like so much." And I was just like, "Yes, it was required."
I would have at that point I would have had to have that conversation.
I moved out.
Oh, well, T.
Because some other person left the college, and then there was another roommate situation, so I moved down the hall, and then that roommate ended up being weird because he had a girlfriend that he was cheating on.
Oh, love.
And then he was like,
love.
But he would call his girlfriend while I was like trying to take a nap. So like we're both like sleeping in our beds. Weird. Why am I sleeping with another like in the same room? I just hate roommates. College roommates. And he would call his girlfriend and be like, "Hey, baby. Hey, how are you, baby?"
Ew.
Oh, like baby voice. But then literally on the weekends would text me and go, "Find me pussy." Me? Find you pussy?
Right there.
And I said, "I do have the hookups." Because I know all the girls.
Yeah, because you were gay.
But I wasn't really gay yet. But I still knew all the girls. And
the girls knew you were gay.
But I was like 1, 2, 3 bad roommate situations, like not the greatest. And then I moved back home for a while. Then I moved out with Beck. Shout out Beck. Had a great roommate situation for 3.5 years. I think it was 3.5 years or 3. Found out that I was like sort of the bad roommate in that situation because I was like depressed and then an alcoholic and there was a lot of things there.
The answer is yes. Because you're sober now.
Yeah.
Well,
still an alcoholic. But
and you know what? That's
but
cool.
I've learned a lot from that situation. Just like showing up for your roommate and stuff. But I haven't lived with anyone since, so this will be fun.
If we're talking bad roommate situations,
well, you don't. I've
had a lot. Actually, I'll go into it because it's fun. We might as well just go into roommates because it's honestly fun segue.
Honestly,
we can always do questions some other time too. But
yeah. Living situations.
Fun living situations. My living situations have been crazy over the years.
Yeah. So many gays.
In
and out.
And that's just here. We're not even talking before that.
Know.
So in college, freshman year, I lived in a quad. So it was like 2 doubles and then a common room that shared everything.
If I had to live in a fucking
that
quad.
was fine. My roommates, Luca, Sanan, and Andrew were all fine.
Were they?
They were all different. Was
anyone gay?
No.
Were you gay yet?
Oh yeah, I came out like at the start of university.
That's a great time to come out.
All my roommates were totally cool with it. Nobody had a problem. Those are the roommates who are very sweet. None of us are really friends anymore. Like I'm friends with them on like Facebook or whatever.
Oh yeah,
but like they were freshman
natural.
roommates. Like none of them had the same interests as me really. Andrew, we did club swim a little bit together before I stopped doing
club swim
because it was too hard. It was too physically like taxing on me to like do that and school at the same time. It was literally like almost a sitcom because it was like a white guy whose family was like what's the word? Ambassadors or like government agents for like a different country.
Like the UN?
He was not from the US. He was like from Amsterdam, I believe, or Holland. Something like something whatever.
Like an embassy?
And then like yes. Something like that. But
he was I
don't want to say foreigner, that sounds bad. But like he's foreign. But he from Europe, totally chill white dude. Then we had like a nice like Near Eastern dude who was like kind of conservative in his views a little bit, but it was kind of weird because then he was cheating on his girlfriend. That was crazy.
God, why is everyone cheating on their girlfriend?
Block that. But whatever. He's not
don't block that.
He's not gonna say this. And then like, and then a cool Asian guy from Texas. Like, it was like, and then me, just a sitcom of like 4 different like people from 4 different walks of life. Like, do you know what I mean? Like full sitcom energy. That was fine. Those were the 3 that, because it was freshman year, those were the 3 that I had, that the stories about like pulling people off of the floor, putting them to bed on my futon, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera.
Little, college kids experiencing with real alcohol for the first time.
And then sophomore year, it was me and Andrew again, but we split the room, and it's me and Andrew again, but we had 2 other roommates that came in, and we were in another quad setup, 2 like rooms with beds, and then a shared common room. I was probably the bad roommate in that situation. The guy that I directly shared a room with, I kind of had like he was very chill, but like
crush on him?
I know he had a friend that I just like really disliked. And it was always over at the room, and it really annoyed me.
Get out of my room.
Yeah, it like really, really rubbed me the wrong way.
Get in the common area.
I ended up having
bitch.
like a screaming match with him, if I remember correctly. And to this day, it's like I couldn't really tell you what was annoying me about him, but it was just like being in my space when I need to be alone. And like I was like everything started to annoy me about him. He was cute. I thought the guy was attractive, but like it was really like something about it was just grating. So then
it's like when someone has like a bad energy towards you, but then they're in your space. That is annoying as fuck. Like it's like you're protruding into my aura.
Yes, my aura that I'm trying to stay in.
Exactly,
is my space. Then junior year, I lived alone, in a single, and then senior year, my friend Alex. Hi, Alex. I don't know if you watch this, but hi, Alex. Love you.
Yes, you do. And if you don't.
He was my really, really good friend from a bunch of the clubs I did, a bunch of like the gamer shit that I did and all that stuff. And so we shared a Jack and Jill double.
What the fuck is that?
So when you're a senior, you get some of the premium. Hi, Hazel. See, when you're a senior, you get some of the premium picks of the
Jack and Jill. Were you Jill?
Obviously.
With that, Bob?
Baby, with this tea and this pussy right here. So it's 2 singles with 2 separate entrances in the hallway, and then they share a bathroom. So I didn't have to. So that was the first year I didn't have to leave my room.
Like the Brady Bunch. Oh God.
Wait, I don't actually know what you mean by that.
Do you know what the Brady Bunch is?
I know what the Brady Bunch is. Yeah.
Jan and Marcia shared a bathroom.
Yeah. Okay.
I think.
Yeah. Sure.
Or
I'm
the
talking
boys
like
and the girls did.
It's literally just 2 separate bedrooms. Imagine just 2 separate bedrooms, and there's the external hallway where you could like take the door to get into either person's bedroom,
mm-hmm.
and then there was an internal hallway between our 2 rooms.
Yeah.
That had a bathroom off of it. So like in between our 2 rooms was like a really nice bathroom, and all the ones in that dorm had that set up. And that was a really, really fierce, because it was like, that was one of the few buildings that had air conditioning. It was one of the few buildings that had like those Jack and Jill dorms.
Seniors.
Well, and because they were also freshmen in that dorm.
Oh.
But it was because it was the pick of the litter, depending on where you got, because it was a lottery essentially on where you'd be placed. She looking right at you. Oh, Hazel, you're so pretty, girl. I love you. Anyway, so that was like, those 4 years. The last year was probably the best. I know the single sounds like it would have been the best, but because we were like really good friends, Alex and I.
Well, yeah,
and we still are.
If you're
but we're
a
like
good
friends.
Time with your
and
roommate.
I was like, hey, my door is. We would keep our internal doors like pretty much unlocked, and I was like, hey, the only reason that I would lock it is like I have somebody coming over to hang out, like in that way, like. Yeah, otherwise, and we would like knock no matter if it was locked or unlocked. And they actually saved us a couple times when we would forget our key cards, because we had like our cards would like allow us to enter our rooms. And like he'd be like, oh fuck, I left mine in there. I'm like, hey, come to my room. And like you could just walk through
the bathroom. Yeah.
And that was like, it was you could have the ability to lock it if you needed to, like, hey, I don't know that person.
That is the good part about a roommate.
It was a really good setup.
Yeah.
Separate rooms, separate energies, separate spaces.
But then you also have a camaraderie.
But we're good friends, so that it's not weird to be sharing the space. It was perfect. It truly was perfect. I would like, that's a setup that I was like, to this day, if I had that set up with somebody, like, this is basically like what we have upstairs.
We're gonna
do
that in June.
And then when I came home from university, I had probably the worst experience of my life, where I couldn't live with my parents again. It just, after 4 years of living away from them, couldn't live with them again. So it was me, 2 friends, and my ex. who was my ex at the time, cracked out, ended up living in an apartment. Ava was one of the people who was with us.
Shout out our
to
friend
Evolution.
Ava.
Evolution on the pod. She would agree. Worst year of our lives, girl.
Oh my God.
Because then COVID hit. Because this is 2019 to 2020. Then COVID hit.
And doesn't it feel like COVID was like just yesterday?
Yesterday, but it was 5 years ago.
But it's 5 fucking years
Yeah, crazy.
ago.
Then I lived there for a year, and that horrible experience living with those specific people, one specific person in general, actually, but that situation, coupled with COVID, coupled with a fucking awful like property manager. Yeah. I mean, truly awful. We could that would take hours to get to those stories.
We don't need that.
Led me to wanting to buy a house. Then I bought this house, and since then it's been gay after gay after gay after gay. You will be the 6th gay besides myself, so you'll be the 7th total to live in this house. A
lot of
homosexuality just buzzing in the air.
Juices flowing in this house.
We don't know. Let's not talk about juices. Let's not talk about juice. I don't know about the word juices. Okay, that's a little.
Gay juices.
Gay juice.
So disgusting.
Clip that sound. Clip that sound bite. That was a clip.
That's the new fridge sound.
But yeah, and then I lived here, and being able to choose my roommates, choose who I rent out to, has been probably the best part, because I get to be like, you're a friend of mine, I trust you. You know, we build friendships in this house instead of just being like two random people on separate journeys.
This is like House of DeWisp, like literally.
House of Wayward Fags.
What are you most excited for to live with me?
Oh
God,
nothing.
This is crazy.
I mean, the money.
Wait, same. And
you know what? Cheers to that.
You're a gross drink
that you bought.
Are
you crying?
Yeah. I just did that to a dry eye. Like I was not. But no. Money is first, obviously, for us, because I honestly would prefer to live alone in life.
Yeah.
But I think this is honestly the best scenario where it's like the least amount of like worry I have about like what's gonna happen, because it's like we both have decent jobs.
Yeah.
Like good paying jobs. Mm-hmm. We're just using this as like a stepping stone for just honestly both of our futures. Like I think it'll just help us out both for the time being.
I mean, I've already talked to our financial advisor, who happens to be the same person. But
shout out.
Hey, Josh. Shout out to Josh. At Northwestern.
I saved your phone number in my phone.
You're a terrible person.
He called me and he goes, "Hey, Andy." I'm like, "Who is this?" And he was like, "Wow,
number.
Bitch." He goes, "Wow, bitch." He literally was like, and then at the end of the phone call, he's like, "I'll follow up in like a year," and I was like, "Okay."
He's following up in a year with you?
Well, because I said I gotta pay off the debt first, and then we can talk about investments. And then he goes, "Yeah, just like make sure that you save." Like he like
clocked you.
Yeah, and I was like, I go, "Wow, bitch."
How it feels to clock a gag.
I go, "Whoa." I was like, "You are an ally."
He's literally an ally. I love him. I already talked to him, and we came up with like hey, I'm probably gonna end up having. Andy's going to move in, and I'm going to have an additional X amount of dollars a month. What should I do with that? Where should I, what should I do to be smart about it? Because
pretend it doesn't exist for you.
Yeah, pretending I'm getting just an additional amount of money. And he was like, invest this much here to max out this. Then this other part you should do as a principal payment to the loans. It'll help cut down on it. And I was like, yep, it all makes sense. It's all a way to sort of make forward progress.
Numbers, percentages, interest rates,
math. Oh. So
God. I'm excited. I'm definitely excited to pay off like the debt and feel like my anxiety always stems from money troubles. Like just like feeling like I'm drowning. So like I feel like my anxiety will be a little less, and then we can like just like.
I'm also excited to just make you like help me do stuff, which I know is gonna be also reciprocated.
It's like
you're gonna make me
first of all,
do stuff for
it's
you.
not even about like we're gonna like build our friendship more. It's you're gonna help me do shit. That's crazy.
I mean,
this is.
Oh my God, Hazel!
Is that cocaine?
No, those are
those pills.
Yes, those are my hydroxyzine. These are.
Wait, are those drugs?
Yes.
Hazel just walked in with a bag of drugs. Show the drugs. in her mouth.
Hello?
Wow. I think you need to be committed to the hospital. Wow. Thank God I'm moving in because she needs an intervention. Look at, she knows she did something weird. That's insane.
She brought them right to me.
She said, bitch, you need
these.
this.
Oh
wow. My God. Wow, Hazel.
Wow. That was...
Yeah, you better leave. She just left. She goes, guys, you should take this.
An enigma. An enigma. I don't even...
Crazy.
I'll be your enigma.
Shout out to Lady Gaga and Coachella.
That was... Okay.
Wild.
Reset. What was that?
I need to...
Where were we? You can help keep... You can help keep that from happening. No, okay, so actually there's a couple things. I know this is like the friendship and we get to be friends and blah, 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 whatever. And it's like, yes, because that happened, because we're already good friends.
That.
Because we're already good friends. And like when Alex and Orlando moved in, I didn't really know them all that well. So we had a flourishing friendship that stemmed from them living here.
Yeah.
And being into the same things. But we had a thing that stemmed from them being in the same space. We could have good connection in that way. It's like, we're already friends. Like, we have the time. Like, we already know what the tea is.
I think, honestly, too, our friendship is, like, we both just know that, like, we're always, like, kind of joking. And, like, it's always, it's just always very
Every
just, like,
read is a joke.
I don't give a like, I could say anything to you.
I said the...
I can't say anything to a lot of my friends that I've known for 15 years.
Didn't I say the craziest thing to you earlier?
I mean,
I said something crazy. I said something crazy to you yesterday, but earlier today, you said something about...
Say it.
What? Oh, let me just pull up the text because it was truly cracked out. It was like we were just texting back and forth, and you were like, you asked if I wanted anything from Spot, and and I said I want a berry smoothie, which you got me anyway. You said I would like a boyfriend, but we can't always get what we want. I said you barely have friends, let alone any that are boys. So let's not shoot for the stars. Let's stay a little closer to Earth.
And that is
my God.
And that is mild. That's mild.
And last night I said something about your parents' divorce.
Wait. We should figure out like we need to like write down all the insults we say to each other and like showcase that you too can have this type of friendship.
I said something like, you said something because I was like, I need your help, like backstage, like getting out of this because I'm in so much pain or something. And then you said something, and I said something like, yeah, and you're the reason your parents.
Oh yeah, I go, oh yeah, I guess I'm the reason for they got divorced. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll just throw my body off of a cliff in Niagara Falls.
This is why we have good rapport because
like you can literally say anything. If you said that to someone who's not the same, like you got to be on the same level to be able to do that.
The funny part about these texts that we sent is like, I know you have friends that are guys. Like,
I have more friends than you, bitch.
Sure, okay. You have more followers than me, but I have more friends. I'll tell you that much. And they're all bots.
Shout out to Tess at Spot who saw me and said, "Are you Mr. Mocktail?"
I'm just fucking crying.
That was so funny. Honestly, this is why I said
no. I said that. No, shut up. I said that last night, and then I said it, and I went, I don't mean that. I do not remember. Right afterwards, I was like, I don't mean that. I don't mean that.
That's what you chose?
Because it just felt like so, like, I was like,
so, like,
wait,
direct.
It was so direct because I just thought it was like, it just came off the top of my head and I said it and we're like done with the night. It's 10-something. It's 10:30.
Well, we're both cracked out.
We're cracked out. We need to leave the building.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and I said it and I was like, I don't know if we've joked about the
oh yeah, like
I was like, wait, shit.
It's like we don't know where the line is on certain things.
If we're talking about our holes, about boyfriends, about gay shit,
and like,
sure.
Like
but your parents
like,
divorce,
appearances,
yes.
Like it's
but
like
your parents divorce. I was like, wait, we've never joked about that directly. I don't know if that's okay.
Honestly, anything's okay. I don't have a line. Do you have a line?
No, not really.
Yeah, especially with like us, like knowing that everything is light and fun. It's like
stupid.
Whatever. Oh my god! So that's gonna be fun. Like walking, like waking up, just like passing each other in the house and just going,
faggot,
fucking faggot.
Okay, but what I meant about like helping out was more of like
I think we'll both motivate each other.
We've talked about this a couple times, like personally, but
personally,
yeah, literally. The one thing was sometimes I have my friends come over. I have a couple friends in mind. No shout outs to them. That will come over and I will like get us dinner and they'll just like help me like do stuff.
Yes.
So they'll be in the space and we'll
just
put laundry away. They'll help me put laundry away. They'll help me iron clothes while I like work on notes or like not even really. The last time somebody came in to help me, it wasn't even me sitting doing like notes for work. I went downstairs to helped them did some sorting of laundry while they hung drag stuff up.
It just feels like you're like doing an activity.
Yeah, almost, and then we like took 4 baskets of laundry upstairs and did it, and we were done in like an hour. And I'm like, wow, I was like, I probably have a couple more things, but I just really don't feel like it. We did like a bunch.
We should have like weekly fun sessions where we blast music and clean.
And the person who came to help me was like, yeah, I could see how that probably would have taken like 3.5 hours of like.
You just have so much shit.
Of like direct, intensive concentration of like I don't do Adderall, but like if I was like took an Adderall and like locked in, I would like could sort all my drag in the basement, go up and down the stairs 4 times, grabbing my baskets, put all the baskets away. But it would have taken me several hours.
That's why my laundry. That's why my laundry is on the ground. My clean clothes. But as soon as I like have someone come over, it's all
pick it up.
It's all folded.
It's got
it's just like it's like I can deal with it for now, but
just a little zit, little blackhead.
We have to actually go.
Oh my god, we're done already?
Yeah, and we're sorry guys, we're doing a short episode today because I am doing the Hot Ones challenge and I'm late. So that's gonna be coming up soon, and someone's here. Ditzy is here. All right, so
guys, Ditzy is here. I'm doing Ditzy's makeup in just a moment, so we do have to go.
Shout out.
Make sure you stream Stunt on SoundCloud by Ditzy Duke.
Yes, we love it.
And also 2 Crowns, which I'm featured on. Thank you very much.
And follow us on Instagram as always at Mr. Mocktail, at Miss Willa DeWisp.
Thank you. At CTT Pod. And doing it right in front of Ditzy. And of course, Sober16.
Yes. And then follow us subscribe on YouTube, like it, comment.
And if you're having issues finding us on YouTube, put cheers to that. And then you can put Willa or Andy. Put the name. It'll pop up then. I had somebody, Zole.
Damn link in our Instagram bio.
Yeah, that too. Zole Moon, shout out on the pod right at the very end.
Love Zole.
She was the one who was like, I'm having trouble finding it on YouTube. And I'm like, you have to put cheers to that. And either put one of our names for now until we're super famous.
We're not famous yet, guys. Calm down.
Until we're super famous. So we don't pop up.
But be our friend. Say hi to us. Come to all of our events. Come to our Pride events. We have a lot going on.
Anyway, and cheers to that.
Roomies. Ew. It's a man.
But that's my fucking like. Oh,
that's insane.
Bow, bow, bow. I just yelled at her, so I'm jumping her out because she's annoying me right now. She's on my shit list.
You heard that, girl? Oh, she goes.
And she yawned. She's over it. She doesn't give a fuck. If she would stay in one place, we could have a Hazel cam.
I
but
know.
She doesn't.
All over that.
She's all over.
All over
I'm surprised she isn't up there.
All over the pod lab.
I wish she was up there.
That would be great.
And here she comes.
And what do you have to say for yourself?
And what do you have to say for yourself?
That was so cute.
I hope we got that on the wide.
I mean,
no, I hope we got it on the wide.
Yeah.